What's up, guys?
Hello.
Hello there. On today's agenda,
We're going to be discussing why it's not bad to like things that are aimed at a younger audience, because I think it's safe to say we all like things like Power Rangers or
Transformers.
or Pokemon.
yeah. So let's crack on with it.
Yes, let us.
But yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, we all grew up in the 90s. I mean, we are in sequential order, 93, 94. Am I guessing on 95?
95.
95.
Yeah.
In the prime of 90s cartoons and just TV shows, you've got Power Rangers came out in 93, even though I still watched it. I still watch it now thanks to Netflix. It's not a bad thing. I think the values you learn when you watch these programs are like, it gets lost as you get older and you watch more serious things.
If you see purple ooze, don't touch it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just like
if a guy's like advertising this stuff and then your parents get it and they leap to our doom.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, and then they come up on the thing and they spray him with water, try and keep him back.
Just what you learn from that is spray your parents with water.
Yeah.
Or throw a bucket.
And there's stuff like there's an episode of the Power Rangers where I think it's a deaf girl who does sign language gets kidnapped, and they like say, oh, it's not a bad thing. It's like, and they like accept her in the group, and there's no like social stigma around her being like using sign language out there. It's really good. I mean, you learn a lot of things.
The 90s were so easy back then compared to now.
Everything.
Yeah.
I think you learn like kids TV shows in this, like, especially you learn a lot more.
But it's the fact that now if I go out in public and people say, oh, what TV do you watch? And I'm like, and first thing I say is Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
People look at me like
they immediately align you as a childish sort.
Yeah.
And it's more.
It's
than
not.
that.
It's just like
There's more to it.
you've grown up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So
got
why?
an awesome theme song.
It's part of your life.
They wear amazing costumes.
Yeah.
The toys were always the
they're
best.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
toys.
Absolutely amazing toys.
It's same with Transformers now.
Yeah.
Like people look at it like as the cartoon
Yeah.
as a really kid show. It was. Transformers the movie was awesome. Then Michael Bay made the blockbuster film, which in my defense I think are amazing.
They have their merits. They have their merits.
There'll always be. It's like Transformers. You're gonna go back to it and be. You're just gonna say.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
like
liked it 'cause it's Transformers.
Yeah, the original series came out in the 80s. I mean, that's way before us, but we can still appreciate it.
It's the same way.
We can appreciate anything from the 80s
Yeah.
in a way, like, you know, He-Man and the Masters of the
Yeah.
Universe or Thundercats.
Yes.
Thundercats was amazing.
But
So-
like is Bay producing the new Ninja Turtle film?
Yeah,
it
he's
is.
changing it all.
Yeah, I've got no problem with it.
No,
They're not
can,
mutant Ninja Turtles. They're from space or something.
so their origins from space or something.
But didn't they always?
I think the Ooze. I think in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: Secret of the Ooze, a company made the Ooze, or it was like an offshoot of an experiment, and that's how they were created.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm not
That
100%
sounds
sure on the.
Nah, don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to be questioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, you know, even now, for example, something which is a lot more kid-centric and still around these days, like Pokemon, and a lot of people generally align that as, oh, it's for kids. It's all kind of. I can't explain it.
it's
Well, I don't know. Pokemon's one of those things where, like Lego.
Yeah.
It's always going to be good. And awesome.
It's got universal appeal. But I was in work the other day and I said to someone that I owned a 3DS, and their immediate reaction was, my 7-year-old son does, you need to grow up. I was like, well, no, because it's, again, 3DS, all like the whole of Nintendo's like base is just for universal appeal. It's for families.
Yeah.
It's for any age group.
And there are elements of Pokemon that are far above what a child would really understand. I mean,
like recently in the new release Pokemon X and Y, there has been an instance in Lumios City in the North Plaza where if you go into a certain room into the second floor, then a ghost child is there. And the dialogues are like, no, you're not the one.
Yeah, it's a bit foreboding.
Yeah. Same with Lavender Town.
Yeah.
And you know, as kids, that was really, I found it really creepy.
Yeah, elements
and
of the game
now.
itself, like with EV training and like abilities and stuff like that. The whole tournament
strategy
base. Yeah, it's. I mean, there are tournaments for the children, but there are also ones for people that are older, and it's way above my comprehension on that.
I don't know.
I tried once and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to give up with this. I just want to play the game.
Yeah, it's like with cartoons these days. My best example being Adventure Time. It would be, it's aimed at a younger audience, but as people with children tend to watch cartoons with their kids, there are a lot of things for adults as well.
Yeah, they slip in things to keep the adults entertained.
It's that creepy thing you showed us.
It's like they have some creepy content in there. There is one episode in particular which I remember where it's centered around a murder mystery, and the imagery in that is beyond my comprehension. And I'm 19 years old. You know, I couldn't think of something like that. And it feels like if it's aimed for the younger audience, then it has to be for the younger audience, which in most cases it isn't. There's like elements for everybody.
In old 90s, like especially Cartoon Network shows, like Cow and Chicken, stuff like that, it always had that sort of dark side.
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy.
Like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog was the scariest show.
That was insane.
Second scariest show.
But it was when they would do like shots of the artist doing the work, where the eyes would be like
it's like over. I can't remember the term. It's like over definition or something like that.
It's really.
And it's really. They use it as SpongeBob a lot actually.
Yeah.
But
especially with the eyes.
Yeah. They know how to creep you out. Certainly. It's like when they even live action shows. I mean, you know, to some extent, characters like Lord Zed and Ivan Ooze were very creepy.
Lord Zed had a brain on it.
It was terrifying. It had just like metal like structure where it was like
flesh.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
Or then you had the ones which were specifically horror based, like Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, Goosebumps.
Which there's like some episodes now from Are You Afraid of the Dark which I watch and they still creep me out.
Yeah. What still creeps me out, the Goosebumps movie with that mask. She put it on and it could never come off.
I remember that one.
I could never. Yeah.
It was like a horror version of the mask.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's everything is essentially on the wide audience as it is. It's how you align it.
Well, like especially comics now.
Yeah.
Like I met a friend a few years ago, and I told him I liked comics, and his first reaction was like, "Aren't these for like 7-year-olds?" And it took me quite a few years to actually get it into his head. They're not. Always aimed at kids, especially the stories they tell now. Like especially with Spider-Man, since he's died and he's got Dr. Octopus as Spider-Man.
That's spoiler alerts, by the way.
Spoiler, my bad.
Them.
But yeah, stuff like that, and you've got like Kick-Ass now, which is
you've got Kick-Ass, you've got
one of the most violent
Nemesis.
things which has ever reached comics.
Yeah. Or then you can go down, or then you can argue you can go down the route of manga, which is once again people would say, oh, isn't that for kids?
But manga is definitely aimed at
it's definitely aimed at an adult, teenage
adult audience. Yeah, and there's another point really going back to the Power Ranger side of it. I mean, they're not toys really. They're more like
collectibles.
Like collectibles, action figures. There's some going for, and they're really detailed, and you wouldn't exactly. They're quite expensive, like 50 quid a figure. You're not exactly gonna say to an 8-year-old, "Oh, here, take this down the playground." It's they're definitely aimed at someone who wants to display them.
With no articulation points.
There are quite posing and stuff.
It's like me and Oscar are going to MCM next weekend.
Yes, we're going to MCM Comic.
And we plan to spend a lot of money, and I plan to spend quite a lot on action figures and dolls.
Yeah.
Because the Hot Toys dolls, which are like 250.
They're like ultra realist.
Yeah, and I aim to pick up about 2 of those, and that's like £500.
Yeah.
So that's pretty pricey already.
And then that no kid's going to be like, oh, can I get this for Christmas? Because it's just going to be like, you're going to play with it twice, you're going to break it, and you're never going to play with it again.
Yeah.
It's like Warhammer all over again.
Yeah.
I remember Warhammer.
Yeah, a bit of a serious one there. If you've got any thoughts or anything similar in the comments,
or you can tweet
down below. Yeah, tweet us. We're gonna probably have our Twitter names
somewhere
just
around this general
in
area.
the ether somewhere. Yeah, so
like and favourite.
Yeah, subscribe too, because that'll be a nice thing.
That would be a very good thing for us to have.
So
stay toasty.
Bye.